Yo, what is up, PPL fans? Shoutout here, coach of the Bayern Munich, and welcome to PPL Season 4, Week 6. This week we're up against Kelly, Undertheradar, and his Maryland Torterrapins. He keeps switching names between leagues and seasons. That's very confusing. I'm pretty sure he's the Maryland Torterrapins this season. And Kelly's a very, very good friend of mine. He has a lovely butt. You should check out his link in the description down below. We used to be around the same sub area, and now he has like overtaken me way. So he's a beautiful person. He does great content. A lot of live comms, which I don't do live comms, so if you like those, you have something that he does that I don't, so that's really nice. Just generally a lovely person, great content creator, and yeah. So this game is kind of important. Kelly is currently 4-1, and I am 3-2. So if I win, we have the same record, and everything is fine. If I lose, he kind of is way ahead of me, and I kind of don't want that. So if you were around for last season, then you will know that I 6-0 Kelly last season. It was a very, very phenomenal matchup for me. I prepped well for the matchup that I had. I abused the matchup, and I ended up 6-0ing him with the combination of Thunny T plus Manaphy, Subterrapins plus Volt Switch, I think. So yeah, I had a really good matchup last season, but that has changed this season in my opinion. I think that he actually has a really good matchup against me offensively. Defensively, not so much. But his offensive matchup is just so good to the point where I think that he has the matchup again. So it's like week in a row where that's the case. I would put the MVP stuff on there, but I'm lazy. But Cafable is, I think, second or third. Third, if I'm not mistaken, with 7 kills and 2 deaths. Yeah, Lucario is in 11, which just out of the top 10 by like 1 death. So we're doing good in that regard. Ladios has the exact same differential as Ladios. Both are 4 and 5 right now in 5 games. So yeah, that's a couple things to note before the game. So let's look at the matchup. My team still hasn't changed. I'll plan on changing it because I don't think I can afford to drop anything that is Armaldo, and I don't get anything useful for Armaldo. So Kelly's team, however, he has Mega Scizor, Tornadus T, Nidoking, Raikou, Celebi, Kingdra, Politoed, Kabutops, Miltank, Togetic, and Machoke. He picked up the cunt Pokemon from P, which is Machoke, because we overlooked it and it ended up being 1 point, which would absolutely wasn't supposed to be, but it is. So he abused that, and yeah, he made a smart move there. But Kelly has Rain. His team doesn't rely on Rain, but everything on his team benefits from Rain in some way. Miltank, Togetic, Machoke, those lower 3 are the only ones that don't. Those are also, I think, less likely to come against me. So yeah, everything that is likely against me can benefit from Rain in one way or another, and that's not fun. But everything also kind of works outside of Rain. You know, Keyno outside of Rain isn't that great. Neither is Kabutops, but they're still very solid Pokemon. And yeah, biggest threat to my team by far is Kingdra. I do not have a switch in to a modest Life Orb Kingdra in the Rain. It's just not a possibility. It doesn't exist. It's not a thing. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Torrent is always a threat, just because it's really annoying. It's hard to wear down just because of generate ability. It's constantly U-turn on things. And the problem that I had this week was that I couldn't fit Stealth Rocks on the team. Spoilers, I'm not bringing rocks, which is weird for me. I think I've always brought rocks in every single league match that I've played. This is the first time I'm not bringing it. Doesn't feel right, but I legit couldn't just fit it. I just couldn't fit it on. Bad. So other things to note: Mega Scizor is a massive problem. Just hard wall Cecil. Just offensively checks a good amount of my team, and if he gets up an SD, Rotom Wash is weakened, or if he's a speedy variant that outspeeds Rotom Wash, he kind of, sort of, just sweeps me. So that's another thing to note. Raikou is a threat because Nidoqueen is not coming, so he can Volt Switch very freely. It's a good check to my Mega Pidgeot, so I kind of need to work around that. Kabutops is a threat. Celebi is always annoying just because it's fat and has a massive move pool, and it can be a subspeed, but it's just overall annoying. Miltank can end up being annoying, and even Togetic, but I don't think Togetic is very likely against me, because Kelly has gone way away from the bulk draft, from the bulk department. So yeah, unlike last season, Kelly has a very good team. I think his last season team was pretty fucking bad, honestly, especially the initial draft. He knows that. So he has made a massive improvement this season. Incredible draft. Huge props to him. And let's see how we try to beat that. And I think this is so far the spiciest team I've brought in the PPL. So, yeah, just hop onto the Shoutout. Onto the Shoutout? Yeah, sure. Let's adjust dimensions because, yeah. Okay, so, as you can see, team is called Fuck It's Rain, because fuck it's rain. And the first thing we're bringing, of course, against rain, we have to bring Halsey, we have to bring the Mega Pidgeot, because, you know, it's the violence in the pouring rain. With no guard, as per usual, because this, I can't do anything else. Mega only has one ability. Hurricane, Work Up, Return and Roost. Hasty Nature, Max Special Attack, Max Speed, and Foreign Attack. I'm Max Speed because he has Torn-T. I want to speed that with a thing if possible, necessary, whatever. If I want to speed that against a thing when it's kind of low and wants to Hurricane me, abusing my no guard ability, then I can do that. Okay, laptop's dying, that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, why do I have to set? He only has 2 flying resists. Those are Raikou and Kabutops. Kabutops does not take a Hurricane well. It takes around half if he's offensive. If he's AV, like offensive AV, he still takes like 30-something%, so not a good switch in at all. If I get a 1 Hurricane, then a Work Up, maybe some chip damage, then I kill him with Hurricane, so not a good switch in at all. Raikou is going to be his main answer to it, I think. Maybe Torn-T, but even then with Work Up, I can do a lot of damage to the thing. If he's a bulkier spread without max speed, I can outspeed him, and that's going to be nice. So yeah, Work Up plus Return is my way of dealing with this Raikou. Unboosted Return still is like 30-ish, 30-something%, so that's really strong. At +1, I do around 60-ish, I think. I could be wrong. I think it's like 30 to 40 unboosted and like around 60 at +1. So if I get some chip damage, a return plus a +1 return, he's dead. And that's great. So that's his main Mega Pidgeot counter gone. Work Up plus Roost also allows me to potentially set up on Togetic if he doesn't have T-Wave. Or if he doesn't have Nasty Spot of his own or something of the sort. Miltank, if it doesn't Body Slam, Parami, or have T-Wave as well, I can set up on that. I can set up on Protected Switches as well, of course. And then the thing is just a huge threat to his team, and that's really, really nice. So yeah, my pitcher is looking to put in some work against this team. It's just really, really strong, especially if his rain isn't up. He doesn't deal well with the thing whatsoever, unless he brings like Scarf Raikou or AV Raikou, but as I said, AV Raikou doesn't deal well with the return set, so that's really nice. Oh, by the way, I should mention, I built this team with Murk, Mr. Murkro, because I was kind of having trouble. I had a lot of ideas and I just couldn't put them together properly, so I talked to Murk for a bit, so we came up with this set. His link should be in the description below if I don't forget. Check him out, he's a great draft format player. Sometimes he's also a cool dude. So, okay, moving on to Anubis Lucario. Of course Lucario is coming. Hello, is there ever going to be a week where I don't bring Lucario? I don't think so. Life Orb Inner Focus in case Waterfall flinches. Like, he doesn't have anything that goes for Dark Move against my team. The closest thing is Mega fucking Scizor, which, I think Mega Scizor is going to have a fighting move anyway. Because if he doesn't bring a fighting move on Mega Scizor, that's just risky. I don't think he should do that by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think he can allow to let Lucario set up against his team, because this thing is such a massive threat to his team. Close Combat, Ice Punch, Agility, and E-Speed. Agility plus E-Speed gotta go fucking fast, boy. With enough speed to outspeed a Kingdra and Nidoking if they are plus speed natures. So why am I bringing this set? Because after an Agility, I pretty much win if I get some chip damage on things like Celebi, things like Torn-T, and I think that's almost all I need. A little bit on Nidoking as well. But I OHKO a lot of his team with this thing, like a lot of his team. If everything in his team takes like 20-ish%, then Lucario just wins with Agility. It just does. E-Speed is there just because it gives me a safety net against Kingdra. If that thing gets out of hand, it's worn down from Life Orb Recall. E-Speed's gonna do a good chunk to that. Yeah, Agility means I can outspeed Kingdra in the rain, which is really, really, really nice. And yeah, if he doesn't have a fighting move on Mega Scizor, I can set up an Agility on that. It's gonna be really nice. I was considering Double Dance, but I didn't think that I would be able to, set up a Double Dance. So yeah, I'm just Agility. And again, E-Speed is really nice this game. All of his fighting resists are weak to ice. Every single one of them. Torn-T, Nidoking, Celebi, Togetic. Those are his fighting resists, all weak to ice. That is so important to note for my Lucario. And for future opponents. Beat him, please, don't let him win the league. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's Lucario, and moving on, we have, of course, Overwash the Runaway with the Citrus Berry this week. Levitate, Will-O-Wisp, T-Wave, Volt Switch, and Hydro Pump. Physically defensive with a little bit of speed. Just a random number I put in speed in case he wants to speed creep me with Mega Scizor. I was like, Murk, give me a number that I put in speed. It was like 36. Cool, we're doing that. Doesn't make a huge difference in damage roll, so I was like, sure, some speed is cool in case he wants to run a speed up Mega Scissor again. Citrus Berries there, so I can take 2 Stone Edges from Kabutops no matter what. I can also live a Life Orb Draco from Kingdra and get back to somewhat reasonable health, and T-Wave it, and then I'll be fine. And just in general, Citrus Berry is nice for immediate recovery against things like Nidoking as well, because Sludge Wave has a chance of 2 killing me if he's Timid Life Orb. So with the Citrus Berry I can get back to health and guaranteed live too. It also means that if Mega Scissor keeps U-turning on me, I get, eventually get worn down, Citrus Berry activates, and I'm at good health again. So, also against Torterrapins, if it U-turns on me, blah blah blah, you get the point. Dual status is really nice against his team. I want to Willow things like the Mega Scissor, and Raikou would also be nice. And T-Wave pretty much everything else. I of course want to Will-O-Wisp his fat things like Politoed, Miltank, and Togetic, but everything else should get T-Waved. T-Wave also means that on the switch in I can T-Wave Celebi, even though it does have Natural Cure. I can Volt Switch out, go into something else, and kind of go from there. Means I can get a fast Volt Switch off and I don't have to take a Grass move, which is nice. I don't have to predict it coming in, go for Volt Switch. Stuff like that, which is very nice. And yeah, Run Water is my main answer to the Mega Scissor, as well as Kabutops if he brings that. I don't think he's gonna bring Kabutops because I can bring a team that actually deals pretty well with Kabutops. So I figured let's focus a little bit less on Kabutops and just more on his overall team. Focus a little bit less on Kingdra because I can't deal with Kingdra anyway. Let's just see how I can work around it and just, how I can play. I'm gonna play a game, win the game without having to actually prep for Kingdra pretty much. So that's that. Let's go into the biggest win con, I think, and that is Cordelia Delarius with the leftovers, Levitate as the ability. Store Power, Calm Mind, Reflect type, and Roost. Physically defensive with a little bit of speed. Timid with 16 speed. That speed allows me to outspeed Kingdra and Nidoking, which is very, very nice. Because if he's like a physical Life Orb, Sheer Force, Ice Punch Nidoking, which he can definitely bring, physical is somewhat likely because I have Clefable with Calm Mind, potentially. So you can work around that, but yeah. The thing, it's the Larias that beats Mega Scissor. Well, Calm Mind. Without HP Fire, sorry. He doesn't have a Dark type, which is a huge flaw in his draft. I think it's the only real flaw I can see in his team, that he does not have a Dark type. Dark types are crucial in draft format, and this set kind of shows why. Store Power just gets really strong really quickly. So if we get up like 2, 3, 4 count mines, it's pretty much game. Tornty doesn't do anything to me. Tornty is weak, unless he's Life Orb, and if he's Life Orb, he isn't as bulky, and Store Power is going to kill him much quicker than Assault West Variant, of course. So, yeah, I'm not worried about Tornty because I can easily beat the thing 1v1 if I'm not at super low health, of course. So yeah, why does this beat Mega Scissor? Because a Mega Scissor can't touch a Mega Scissor, and this is essentially a Mega Scissor if I get a Reflect type. I also don't think he's gonna have Fire moves on Nidoking, so I can Reflect type on that on Mega Scissor, and then he can't touch me at all, which is very nice. And this overall Reflect type is fucking cool. Against Steve, mainly is there for Mega Scissor. His team doesn't have a Fire type, which with a fairly rain-orientated team makes sense. The only fire move that he would pack would be Heat Wave Tornty for my Lucario, and that's it. And if I get Calm Minds, then I can take a Heat Wave, so that's cool. Yeah. The other thing is a massive problem. I can set up on Mega Scissor with Lariat, which is ridiculous. Reflect type is such a good move, one of my favorite moves to use in draft format, even though it's like the second time, but I've always wanted to use it. And yeah, I can set up on Politoed if he doesn't have Toxic, or Parry Song, anything of the sort. I can set up on Togetic even, set up on Miltank, set up on Celebi, set up on Raikou, set up on Special Nidoking, set up on Mega Scissor, set up on Tornty even, if he has a Life Orb. Even then I can potentially set up on him. So yeah, this thing is just a massive problem to his team. Definitely gonna be my win con, and I hope that I can pull this sweep off, because Calm Mind, Store Power, Reflect type Lariat is like the coolest thing ever. So next up we have Nyx the Sneasel coming again with a Life Orb, of course. Pickpocket as the ability because I don't need anything else. Like, Inner Focus doesn't help me because I'm gonna fucking die to a waterfall anyway, so what's the point? Knock off, Ice Shot, Ice Crush, and Foul Play. Max speed, max attack, because he has a Raikou, so I can speed type with that potentially. Why do you have Foul Play on the Sneasel, Shoddy? That seems like some low ladder shit. Yes, it is. Dear viewer, that's definitely talking to me right now. But it's also the best way Sneasel has of touching Mega Scissor. If he's an offensive Mega Scissor, I have a good chance of 3-killing him with Foul Play, which is kind of crazy, and I love it. If he's a bulky Mega Scizor, I still do like 30-40% to him, which is very, very nice. And chip damage on Mega Scizor is also really important for my Lucario. Sneasel is kind of the mon to initiate, or one of the 2 mons to initiate to Lucario sweep. One of 3, I guess. If Lucario is going to be the main win concept of Latias, Sneasel is going to help with that a lot. Sneasel is a massive problem to his team. His only real switch is Mega Scizor, and I think every time Mega Scizor comes in, he's going to want to click U-turn, if he's a bulky variant it is. If he's offensive, he might click Bull Punch, not wanting to get 2 kill by the foul play. That's really nice. Yeah, just knocking items off Ice Shard priority is going to be really nice against Torterrapins, and just against Keyno under Rain as well. And yeah, I can do a ton to Celebi. I can do a ton to pretty much everything on his team that isn't Fizdef, Thick Fat Miltank, and Fizdef Machoke, and Mega Scizor. So everything else really takes a beating from the thing, and that's really nice. And I think Fall Play is definitely going to come in handy against the Mega Scizor. So, now we move on to Clefable, and Clefable was a really hard set to come up with for me. I think I had Cosmic Power, Store Power on that as well at some point, and then I realized Latias just does the job much better against his team. So I went with another cool Clefable set, and it is a Life Orb Magic God Clefable. It is finally time. My 2nd season of using Clefable, the 6th week, and I finally bring Life Orb Magic God, and I'm really, really excited. Moonblast, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and Softball, max HP, max special attack, modest. I have no reason to creep anything on his team, because the next fair thing is Politoed, and I beat Politoed pretty much unless it's Specs. So, and if it's Specs, he's probably gonna have Speed Investment anyway. That's really cool to note. Why am I bringing this set? Because he only has 2 fire resistance in Nidoking and Mega Scizor. Nidoking does not appreciate Moonblast, it also dies to an Ice Beam, or it's a roll to die to an Ice Beam. Mega Scizor, I can beat that 1v1, which is funny. If he doesn't have Iron Head, my Clefable beats Mega Scizor 1v1 outside of rain. I can take an Adamant, Bull Punch, Max Attack, with about 10, 15, 20% left, depending on rolls. I think 15 to 20. And I can kill him with Flamethrower, guaranteed, even if he's fully spit F, and that's lovely. Ice Beam also 2-hit kills Torterrapins, depending on its spread. It does just a million to a lot of his team. Ice Beam hits Celebi harder as well, which is good to note, and as well as Togetic. And Flamethrower is just there for Mega Scizor. Also it's Celebi outside of rain, but I'm gonna not do that. No, you get the point. So yeah, Life of Clefable does a ton to his team. It's a good lure for the Mega Scizor, I feel. And I'm probably just going to leave with Clefable, honestly, and just get a hit off on something, because no matter what he leads with that isn't Nidoking, I pretty much do a ton of damage to it, and that's really cool. If he's Scizor, I'm just clicking Flamethrower turn 1. Actually, I might not, because he's just going to U-turn, most likely. So, yeah, Clefable does a ton to his team. I couldn't not get 2-hit killed by Kingdra. I tried to fucking... What's the special variant of Keyberry? Yeah, that one. That raises your speed if you get hit by a special move. I tried that in Calcs. It didn't work. Modest Life Up Hydro Pump in the range just 2 kills me regardless of what I do, unless I like fully spit off Assault Vest, but that's a stupid set, so I'm not bringing that. And I have a really good chance of living a Hydro Pump in the rain, like 1. It has like a 25% of OHKOing me, so that's cool. And I can kill him back with the Moonblast, of course. And that's another offensive way of checking Kingdra. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this set. It's gonna put in a ton of work, hopefully, as well as just I think this is one of the coolest teams I ever built. I just skip wrote them, and I hope this is gonna work. Latias, I believe in you. You have to pull this out your ass. I can also beat Keyno if it has dropped a Draco on Rotom, which it has to kill it. I can then come in, set up Calm Minds, and just kind of Dougie on him. So that's cool. And if I, again, reflect up the Mega Scizor, I kind of just win, which is nice. And yeah, I think that's about it. Tell me what you think of the team. I think this is a really, really cool team. I'm very proud of this team. And yeah, we'll see how we can do if we can beat the Kelly, sorry, and his Maryland Torterrapins. So, that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all 3 of you, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.